So we got Kanye and Akademiks getting together on an interview. And when I tell you, based off the outfit choice, you know that they might off Kanye after this interview. Like, for real. You can't go on the type of rant that he did. I've never seen an artist show up to an interview the way that this man did in my life. Now, at first, it wasn't like this. At first, Akademiks would pull up, and at first, you would see wholesome Kanye West open the door with a Sean John shirt and a swastika bust down.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, brother?
Good, chilling.
That's crazy.
As you see, Kanye steps out the room. He's like, yo, you know what? I got to go get dressed. Before I do an interview, let me put on the outfit that the people want to see. He goes in the back, he changes, and comes out in full, rare, black Ku Klux Klan outfit. Never seen nothing like this in my life. Now, Akademiks does not, I gotta give it to Akademiks. His facial expression is locked in on just getting this interview done. He helps Kanye mic up, gets him ready for the interview, and they decide how they gonna set up the, the shot for the interview.
Trying to figure it out. This is wherever you want. You can sit right here. Yeah. What do you think? Okay. So it's like magnetic. So one goes in here. Oh shit! I think it fell. Oh yeah. I see you with the bust down chain too, man.
Bro, took that Nazi chain.
Interview starts. Now, when the interview starts, I'm not expecting Akademiks to ask regular questions like, hey, Ye, how's your day going? I want Akademiks to ask the questions that the world are thinking. So the first thing that, without Akademiks even really going in, Ye goes in. And he goes in on the fact of this whole Playboi Carti situation. He also mentions Ty Dolla $ign, and he mentions the fact that people were sent in to separate him, and people were given a choice on whether to deal with him or not deal with him. And the way he broke it down is similar to the Matrix. Red pill, blue pill. Let's just say Ye feels like Playboi Carti, Jay-Z, Kim Kardashian, all these other people chose the blue pill.
This side of it, or you on that side? Carti took the blue pill, but he made his name off of the red pill. The Matrix. The red pill is the niggas like Neo. The blue pill are the agents. So now Carti is an agent. And you will see him like, you see on the joint where somebody touches them and then they become the agent?
Yeah.
That's what happened. They come, people come, the record people come, they'll say, they literally called Ty Dolla and said, and this is coercion. That's why these niggas gonna be locked up someday. They'll come to you, they said, Ty, you have to denounce Ye publicly, or we're gonna drop your artist, Leon. We're gonna cancel all your tours. So they on some mob shit. So it's die, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They up here threatening niggas, stopping their money. This is real life shit off of a statement, off of me wearing a motherfucking chain, off of me wearing they pain. But they playing, turning up, promoting, and making money off of our pain. But if I wear a piece of their pain, then they're gonna threaten to destroy everything moving, everyone around, destroying people's lives. We're going to destroy Leon's life. Leon did that whole SZA album, and now we're gonna destroy his life if you don't denounce this man's tweet type shit.
Do you talk to these people like before?
So let me ask you what you would do. Your friend is going, your lifelong friend is doing different things online and they've reached this level of success. How do you stop them from saying what they need to say? And do you separate yourself or do you continue a friendship? And I think that's the question that Ye is really asking the people. Do you ride with your friend even when they wrong, or do you jump ship when things seem a little sketchy? And I think that once he sees people jump ship and, leave away from him and go, oh, I want to get away from Ye because he said this, and yeah, we got to step away from Ye. As soon as you do that, it'd be World War III.
My life is on this shit now. These are my children. Carti, you could leave me off the album and do that fab shit if you want. But now you mention my daughter, like the whole plan is that y'all gonna pull my kids into y'all, whatever the word is, Illuminati system, and I don't have no say-so of my kids. Nigga, And anybody close, whether it's this Carti, anybody within my reach, I'm doing everything legally in my power, everything of my fucking mastermind. You get what I'm saying? That's why I'm about to tweet this shit. I want Kendrick to always remember that Jay-Z tweet before he ever crossed the line.
Okay.
Nobody that worked for none of these fucking labels wanted with the king. I am the Don. Lucian, don't send none of your motherfucking slaves. Don't send nobody, because they getting their head torn off. Quick. We ain't got no problem. Ain't no motherfucker. I'm the only king. I'm the only nigga that'll go up against these niggas. I'm the only nigga that survived through this shit. You know what I'm saying? Me, pink polo ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never killed nobody ass nigga. Fuck all you niggas. All you street niggas, all you rap niggas, just any nigga that ever said something about my fucking hat. None of these niggas, Jay-Z, Beyonce, you ain't helped me when I fucking was having problems with my kids. You could have used your influence. No, your influence is for politics. Your influence is how you could use a nigga you never wanted to sign anyway, that Dame signed. You ain't show up to my first fucking wedding. You ain't my family. I always wanted some kind of family. Never have family out here. So what the fuck? And then they take my actual blood family from me in my face. All right, so go ahead. I just had to get that.
Now, as a black father, I kind of connect with Kanye on certain things that he says, because in hindsight, how does she have control of that? Why was he never given the same, right as a parent that a parent is supposed to get to control, the kid's business affairs? Ask yourself, is it wrong to want to have the likeliness of your own kid? I mean, I think that's something that should be shared, but that's not an issue for this video. That's probably an issue for the courts. Now, I knew at some point Drake would come up in this conversation, and when he did come up in the conversation, his answer wasn't like you thought it would be. Starting to realize Ye is about competition. That's what he wants. He wants number one, and anybody that's going to challenge him at number one is his problem.
I've watched hundreds of hours of you talking about just interviews, and at a point it felt like the energy shifted, and then we just started seeing it everywhere, and I can't tell, what is it?
Yeah, it's like family members that you don't fuck with. Like, I appreciate, one thing is Drake is a million times better than Kendrick and a million times more important. You know what I'm saying? What Future has done, Thug, what Drake just culturally is. That shit last year, I couldn't barely sit through that shit. That shit was insane, bro. That shit had Lucian Grange, Universal, Drake lawsuit shit written all over it. This shit, at the end of the day, all this shit I'm saying, Jim Jones, Kendrick did, all these celebrities. The funny thing is, we're all in the same boat. Yes, that was gonna be on the day I did Wheels Fall Off, that's when the nigga Carti got the song with Thug and Ty and shit. We was in the studio. We was working on, he sent me the song, we was talking about doing a mixtape, and then this gentleman named Peter told me like on Wednesday or Thursday to it, whatever it was like, oh, this Carti album is going up Friday. I said, I called him right away. I say, bro, where's our song? But on that note, it feel like on Carti album, like he's doing everybody a favor though too. He need to have all them fucking features. It felt like, oh, he hot right now, and he had to do Uzi a favor, or this a favor, that favor, and it's just like, and this level, obviously the album could be better. At this level, it's a different level of experience that's needed to handle 30 songs, to understand how to be running those producers. Like, Carti's a genius in his own right. It's another thing to run that Donda Stadium. And it's just what they call it, ambitious.
So at some point in the interview, they get into a convo about Playboi Carti's album. And Ye, breaks down the whole album in his opinion on what he feels, and expresses his views on the album, expresses his views on the production, and how he feels that Playboi Carti album is not hyped up as it's supposed to be. And in reality, the only reason that Ye has an opinion in this is because he was supposed to be on the actual album, which is something that I didn't know about. So I could imagine if you're going to be on one of the biggest albums that came out of the year, and then you don't end up on that album, I'd be bitter too.
It was the perfect combination of me not having a name and likeness and me finding out about that shit, to me being left out the album on some faggot-ass Trav shit, to him call it, what you say?
What do you mean Trav?
Trav left me off his album, took 4 of my songs from the ranch in Wyoming. Yeah. My choruses, my exact singing lines, replaced me with him or with other people, put Future Scissor on the joints, took me off. I felt, with no explanation, shit just comes out.
So what are these conversations like? You guys aren't talking like, why are you doing this? Yeah. Because we see the frustration, but what are they telling you? Are they apologizing?
They're not telling, but we know why they're doing it. We know why. You know why. I know why.
Now, when Ye turned around, I thought he's about to pull something out. I'm not going to lie, I was kind of scared. I didn't know what he was about to pull out. Virgil comes up in this conversation, and, a couple of months ago, he mentioned, some bad things about Virgil. Him and Virgil were close at the time, and he passed away. I guess they weren't on good terms when he passed away, and Virgil was brought up into the conversation, and this is when we find out that Ye is really a evil person.
Why say fuck Virgil after he passed? I think a lot of people feel like he's not here to defend himself, and that I think people are just confused by that. We get the story of how you guys kind of separated and how you feel, but they always say sometimes when someone passes away, can't be for the dead man. It feels like you still have a little bit of animosity there.
I'm evil. Shit, I don't really have a problem with Kendrick. I would never call Kendrick a fan. I'm saying I don't like what happened with the song and that whole idea. I don't like how they used Kendrick. That's right. And also, I don't like him saying he the number one because I'm the number one. So those are my 2 things.
People think that's jealousy. They feel like even when you criticize the Super Bowl performance, or you're like, man, I didn't like him on Carti's album. He got too many verses. Like, yeah, he could rap, but we ain't want to hear this shit.
Y'all don't go to church? God is an angry God. God is a jealous God. What are you talking about? I'm the closest thing to God on earth, and I act just like how God acts.
So I'm going to need y'all all to just walk up into church and just tell the pastor that Ye is God. Y'all need to all bow down today and just make sure y'all pray to the Ye gods. If things ain't going right in your life, make sure you pray to the Ye gods, okay? Now, that was the interview and the wrap-up, and my view of the whole thing is I think that Ye is giving us Ye. I would prefer he does that. I don't want him to sugarcoat it down, dumb it down. I think he's giving us the full him. This interview to me was a perfect example on why we need Ye talking more. I think Ye just needs his own podcast, his own forum. If this doesn't prove that it needs his own forum, then I don't know what else to say. All right? I want to know your guys' views on this whole thing. Let me know in the comments what y'all feel about the Ye interview, in its entirety. I got 3 other channels above my head. Make sure you subscribe at the top bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out of here.